Okay, we're going to go ahead and start on 10.6, which is volume again, but now we're working with pyramids and cones. So we're going to start with just a pyramid first. So I have a square pyramid here, and I labeled it square just so that we know we were only given one length of one of the sides of the bases. But if it's a square, that means that this side would also be 30, right? If this is 30, that's 30 because the base is a square. So just how the surface area of a pyramid was half, the volume of a pyramid is going to be 1/3 of doing, uh, if we were finding it like it was a prism. So 1/3 of the base area times the height. So it's kind of like we're working backwards. We know that area is always squared and volume is always cubed. So if the area of a prism was squared, the pyramid is like 1/2 of that. And then when we're looking at the volume as something cubed, we're now doing 1/3. So that's a way to remember that. So our base area here, if we're looking at a square, we have a square that is 30 times 30. So our base area is going to be 900. So now I'm saying 1/3 times 900, and my height is given here. It is not the lateral height or the slant height anymore. We don't need that for volume. Volume we actually need from the base to the vertex on top. So that is 900 times 15. Now I can work with my order of operations, and I go 1/3 times 900 is 300 times 15, and that is going to give me 4,500. It's going to be 4,500, and let's look at our label is feet, and volume is always cubed. So 4,500 feet cubed. Let's go ahead and do another one like that. Okay, so this is an example that's up at the top of page 599. So we're now looking at a triangular pyramid. The base of this is a triangle that is 24 times 10. That's our base that creates the right angle of that triangle. So we still need the volume is still 1/3 of the base area times the height. Now in order to find the base area, we need to do, this is a triangle, so a triangle is 1/2 of the 24 times 10, which I can work left to right. 1/2 of 24 is 12 times 10 is going to give me 120. So I have 1/3 now. The base area of this, because it is a triangle, is 120. And our height is from the vertex on top to the base that creates a right angle, and that's our 12 centimeters. So I can do this a couple of different ways. I'm going to go ahead and work left to right. 1/3 of 120 is 40. All that means is 120 divided by 3. So 1/3 of 120 is 40 times 12, and I'm going to get 480. Now I look back and my label was centimeters, so it is volume, which means it's going to be centimeters cubed. So there is volume of pyramids. All right, so just like pyramids are 1/3 of the volume of a prism, a cone is 1/3 the volume of a cylinder. So we're looking at 1/3 of that pi r squared h. So the only two measurements I need for a cone are the radius, which in this case is 2 feet, and the height, which is the distance between the base and that vertex, that point on top. So in this case, I have the radius and I have the height. So I'm going to plug in everything that I know. 1/3 times pi, the radius squared, so 2 squared, times the height. So I can do this in any order. I'm going to go ahead and look at this and say 1/3 of 3. 1/3 of 3 is 1. So I'm really just saying those are going to cancel out and become 1. Now I'm saying 4, which is 2 squared pi. So 4 times pi. 4 times 3.14 is going to give me 12.56. And most of what I'm doing, I'm rounding to the nearest tenth. So I'm looking at this. I have a 6 after it. So I'm going to get 12.6. I'll round that up. My label was feet, and it is volume, so it's feet cubed. 12.6 feet cubed. Okay, let's say I have a cone like this. I am still looking at, do I have the height, which is the distance between the vertex to the base that creates a right angle. I have that, and I have the radius. Now, if they had given me the diameter, remember, I just have to take half of that to find the radius. So I'm still going to use the same formula. Volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in 1/3 times pi, my radius squared, so 7 squared, times the height, which is 3. 7 squared is 49. And then I can look at this, and again, my 1/3 and my 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I'm just saying 49 times pi. So 49 times 3.14 equals 153.86. I want to round to the nearest tenth, so this right here is going to make it go up. So I'm going to have 153.9. My label was inches, so it's inches cubed. Volume is always cubed. All right, we have seen some examples of cones and of pyramids. Remember, we're working with 1/3 of what your whole figure would have been. So now that we're only a portion of it, it is 1/3 times your base area times your height for pyramids and for cones. Your assignment is going to be all on page 601. It is 10.6. You're doing numbers 7 through 27 all. Good luck.